What's up, witches? It's Witch Angel Nakora, and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. Now, if you notice, my background is my Pokemon Halloween Gold background, but I decided not to change it because it's October. What the hell? But anyway, Volume 13 of Hiveswap Friendsim has already been dropped. It's been out for a couple days now, and I just now got it. In this one here, we get a teal and an olive, and I'm very excited. So enough of my jibber jab, let's get on into it. Volume 13 of Fate, Fortune, and Fashion. And this one we actually get the Troll Jew girl, so I'm excited to play her. Blah blah blah, friendship blah. We have Stelsa and we have Boulder. And I don't know which one to go for because we have two adorable girls here. I think I would go for Stelsa because she just sounds super cute. Okay, so it turns out stealing a car was easily one of your better impulse decisions. You've gotten accustomed, though, to its weird insides by now that the squishiness just doesn't faze you anymore. It still feels like the warm stomach of some giant creature, but you actually kind of find it comforting. You just let yourself get enveloped by the seat while the autopilot does its thing. Getting ferried through the streets of Alternia with your feet up on the dash sure beats endlessly pounding the pavement. Sometimes you even throw Sarava Stream on your phone if you want to get a chill vibe going. You're surprised that you haven't been caught yet, dastardly carjacker that you are, but maybe you're just a better thief than you've always thought. A possible career change to look into if you ever get back to Earth. The downside is that it's a little difficult for you to further your goal of gathering even more friendship from the inside of a vehicle. So you park the skull buggy and expose yourself to the menaces of the outside world once more. You're in what looks to be some sort of residential neighborhood. It isn't as nice as the blue blood neighborhoods that you've seen, but still nice enough for most of the apartment complexes to have imposing locked front gates and security drones. But of course, you can't take a leisurely stroll on Alternia without something terrible happening. You aren't out here for very long before it starts raining. Crap! Damn it! Fuck! Oh. You ditched the umbrella Tirona had given you since it was heavy as a goddess dang club, and now you're super regretting it. Renting for shelter is all you can do, so you make a mad dash for one of the building awnings, huddling uncomfortably underneath it. The rain doesn't let up. You'll have to move soon. The security drones are planning to look like they're planning on taking a few shots at you for loitering. You need to make a decision and fast. Try to get into one of the buildings. There's no way you're getting to any of these without passcode, but wait, you think you see someone coming your way? Perhaps it'll be your knight in shining armor? So what you're telling me is my appointment is canceled. Oh, I love her horns. They're so cute. You're still some distance away, but she's looking right at you. You point at yourself questioningly, thinking she might be talking to you, but then you realize she's wearing a Bluetooth headset. Jerome used to be on the ball. Remember the time he gave me a full-pronged beautifying procedure right after that high blood ripped his arm off? But now he bounced back from one little thrush in the abdominal sausages. What happened to that boy? He's losing a touch. Looks like she's coming back from a jog, if the running shorts are anything to go by. If she's at all bothered by the acid glancing off her skin, sending dozens of little firecracker sparks in her wake, she isn't showing it. She seems pretty more preoccupied by the harried conversations she's having on the phone. Most importantly, she's power walking to the entrance of this building, which means she must live here. This is your chance. You shuffle along the awning, pressing yourself close to the side of the building, bug-like. You sort of wish she'd encountered you earlier when you were dodging rain like a rad action hero. Now you just look sort of cowardly and pathetic. Especially compared to her. She's striding along like absolutely nothing is getting in her way of whatever business she's got going on, let alone a few paltry explosions. Actually, she's so focused on her call that she doesn't even notice you until you're standing right next to her. Such an inconvenience! You can fully expect that I will be taking my business elsewhere from now on. Oh my, what do we have here? She transitions from hanging up the call to talking to you so quickly that it makes your head spin. Take this down! Strange little harmless creature parked in front of home, very puny and scared looking. No, it can only be the alien that everyone has been talking about, so opportunity can't get away, now can it? You're confused again, looking around to see who she might be talking to, but there's nobody else here. Maybe she's dictating notes to her phone? Look at you! We can't have you outside wandering around outside like this, darling, can we? Aren't you ravishing? Do give me the name of your stylist. So good to meet you. Here's my card. My name's Stelsa. Stelsa Sayed, honor terrorizer in training for the Altani Empire. Nice to meet you. Let's walk and talk. He didn't realize that borrowed hoodie was that impressive of a look, but okay. She produces a business card with one hand and inputs some numbers into a panel with the other. You take the card. It's a struggle to process what she's saying, respond to her questions, and introduce yourself, all while experiencing the verbal equivalent of getting hit by a truck. How is it possible you can talk so fast without taking a breath? You can barely get a word in inchwise. Stelsa continues chattering away as she steps inside and waves for you to follow her into the apartment building's elevator. You do. Going up. So tell me, do you run any business on your planet? If you do, I'd be more than happy to offer my services. If they're efficient and affordable, I can show you. All your legal and financial documents will be checked over in no time. I'll make sure everything is running in tip-top shape. I'm so happy to have run into you. Zizi told me that she met you. I've been asking her to introduce me. It's so important for a professional to continue growing her network, especially intergalactically, don't you agree? She's still busying herself with her phone while talking to you, texting on its tiny keyboard. Now, the name ZZ doesn't ring any bells. You flip through the Rolodex in your brain, trying to remember. Have you really made so many friends that you're beginning to forget their names? You're actually a little impressed with yourself. It felt like only yesterday you were crawling around in the basement of a murderess and getting stabbed in the shin with a screwdriver. Just a single friend to your name. Good times. You've come so far since then. It brings a single sentimental tear to your eye. Wait. Stelsa's own name finally starts to register. You've heard it before. This is Tysius' mate sprit. So she must be talking about Tysius. Wait. Tysius? You're talking about the anime-obsessed otaku? This is your girlfriend? I mean, you're basically your wife? But technically it's more like girlfriend-boyfriend kind of thing? Holy pokeballs. You chose a good one. She's beautiful. Murderous is stabbing, very fantastic stuff, I'm sure. Yes, I'm very to my darling Tysius, of course. You're at the door to her hive. She unlocks it, letting you both in. Oh, her hive is so cute, even though there's a bunch of crap on her wall. I do notice that up here she's got that like little hang in there kind of poster, but it's a little grub. And if you notice, the horns are kind of like Tavros's. I really like it. Come in, welcome to Shea Yacht. Make yourself at home. Can I get you anything? Water, grab cake, my rate sheet. I'd like to continue our chat while I'm out a little sweaty. Also acid what makes acid havoc on the skin. You know how it is. I'll just jump into the abolition shop for a minute. Please excuse me. I won't be long. Back in 2 shakes of the quack bee's gastric evacuation pillow. In other words, 2 shakes of a duck's tail. Actually, you wouldn't know how it is, considering that a bucket load of acid falling on you would leave you very injured or very dead, and she's already gone. Yeah, I just got to play in the dark room. This would have been a good ending to it. You're a little relieved. It's not that the Stelsa isn't friendly. She's plenty friendly. She's just, she approaches friendship in a way that makes you feel a little light on her to-do list that she's in a hurry to check off. Also, I noticed that she's got a little stepper over here, like right over here, and she's got little dumbbells. I think she's like an exercise nut. And is that a hoodie? From a distance, it looked like pants. Also, I noticed this little decoration over here. It's a fire flower from Mario. Or, well, she seems like she wants to use some sort of work contact, not a friend, but that's okay. You wore many hats in the pursuit of friendship. Clown cultist, impromptu shoosh papper, murder accomplice, business associate is one of the tame ones on the list. Now that you no longer have to keep up with her mile-a-minute conversation, you can take a proper look around her hive. I'm not sure what's more perturbing. sheer amount of pink that's causing your eyeballs, or the fact that everything is so painstakingly organized, that's making you a little uncomfortable. It's like you merely standing here is disrupting the careful order of the room. The shelves are crammed full of books, all neatly arranged according to topic, with each topic displayed on a little label on each shelf. She also has a lot of posters featuring motivational slogans underneath, striking nature of photography. One normal looking spot in the hive is a coffee table with a mismatch of personal belongings piled on top of it. Books, papers, a jacket. You think that might be a mug? None of these items strike you as being particularly Stelsa's style. The overall effect is that of a very neat office cubicle. You almost feel like you should start chugging mediocre coffee and complaining how much you hate Mondays. So sorry I kept you waiting! Stelsa reemerges, her hair wrapped in a towel. I love her little towel on her head, and the teal lipstick, and her shirt. Oh, it's so adorable. Well, instead of blasting in and out, you should get to lunch sometime. Keep the conversation going. I'll pencil you in, darling. But for now, I have a bit of a dilemma to deal with. That sounds worryingly like a dismissal. You sneak a glance at the schedule of a bulletin board. It is a blaze of color with barely any free slots. You do not want to be penciled in. You have no idea when she might be available next. And you need her sweet, sweet friendship now. Maybe whatever problem she has is something you can help with? Unless you're allergic to Christy's talented beautician, I think not. My usual place probably on my outfit list is up for a very important meeting too. A girl who has to look at best these days should really knock her socks off. If I want to make arrangements at another salon after it's fast, no time to waste. Who needs a beautician when you're around? You have absolutely no professional beauty experience, but Sarava did give you the crash course in crafting great looks. Stelsa is probably after a vibe that's a little less moisture wave. She sure took the website up. They'll tell her that you'll help her get ready instead, right here in her hive. Woo! How nice of you! I've never had a house call before. Let's do this. I love her little finger shorts. And is that from a Cooper Coon? Can I get a replica of it, please? Because it is fabulous. She waits you into the next room, rubbing her hair dry as she goes. Oh, her little makeup station looks kind of like what I want to do someday, with a big old mirror and my FX makeup on one side and my regular makeup on the other. It looks perfect. There's a Cooper Coon in one corner and a vanity in the other, with an array of poofs, brushes, and other mysterious implements spread out on its surface. Some of them are disturbingly pointy. Oh well, you're sure you'll be able to figure out what they're all for once you start using them. Stelsa takes a seat in the chair in front of the vanity, folding her hands primly in her lap. So darling, what do you think we should do first? It's up to you. Not this again. Why are you always making all the decisions around here? What you wouldn't give to be able to just foist your own life choices off of random people you just met. It would be refreshing. Style her hair. The first order of business should be drying Stelsa's hair. You pick up a funnel-like shaped doohickey that looks like it might be a hairdryer, probably around for a button. There isn't one, but you manage to turn it on by giving it a good squeeze. The mouth of the funnel opens up wide, emitting a hot blast of air along with a hoarse animal yell. You think you might actually see teeth inside? Just don't think about it too much. That's the best you can do when it comes to literally any alternating gadget. Thankfully, the noise soon fades to a low hum. Here, use this. Stelsa passes you a piece of thorny bramble. It looks painful, but when you begin brushing Stelsa's hair, she sighs happily. Interesting being in this position for once. When Tysius is over, I am usually the one doing this. Try to imagine Tysius letting someone give her a sweet do. Even when it's her girlfriend in question, you have a hard time picturing it. Wait, Tysius was a girl? What? I thought Tysius was a dude! Mind blown! I think I may need to go back on the wiki for this. Ugh, my brain just broke. Stelsa laughs. She has a surprisingly pretty musical laugh. No! My do is easy. It's one for evolved beauty rituals. She usually doesn't let me do more than just brush it, but it's still relaxing. This is a girl. Oh my god. What? Oh. Oh, my brain. My brain hurts. I need to lie down. Sliding the brush through Stelsa's hair is pretty relaxing. You allow yourself to zen out for a moment before shaking yourself out of it. Casting around for something to talk about. That's what good hairdressers do, right? Strike up casual conversation? Your eyes fall on an open book sitting on the table. It's the only object there that doesn't have anything to do with hair care or beauty, so it stands out like a sore thumb. Just like the items on the coffee table, it's trying to haphazardly look like it belongs to Stelsa. You think that you see some of the tabs Tysius was using on the notes for her group project. Oh wait, Tysius! I just realized Tysius is the lawyer. I thought it was the otaku. No, that was somebody else. That was dude. My brain is not working because I just got through a bad cold. Then I said I'm playing the dark room, which is majorly disorienting on my brain. So I was like, Tysius. Who's Tysius again? And then I got Tysius screwed up with the otaku. And then I realized Tysius is the one that's constantly sleepy. Okay, my brain no longer hurts, but I'm a complete moron. And if you look even closer, you think you can catch the words revolt and history in the page header. Right, as Tysius' mate Sprit Stelsa probably has big plans for dismantling the system from the inside too after she becomes an auditor. You're right that you think it's pretty cool, but what she and Tysius are doing, it might be scary to stick it to the man like that, but somebody has to do it. Okay, that's not exactly like conversation, but talking to Tysius about this had been so enlightening and sad. He had really bonded over it. Maybe you'll be able to bond with Stelsa the same way. But Stelsa only looks confused, and her eyes look down to the book just for a second before she reaches it out, smartly snaps it shut, and swirls it away in one of the drawers. The sound of the drawer slamming makes you jump, and you narrowly avoid pulling Stelsa's hair. I'm quite sure I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not taking anything anywhere. Definitely not to any man. Neither is Tysius. She's sitting straight and tense in the chair, her voice soaring to a high, bordering on hysterical pitch. Oh no. She probably doesn't know that you're on their side. Tysius might have not told her about your conversation. It's okay, you're not going to tell anyone. You're sworn to secrecy. But Stelsa averts her eyes, a stubborn set to her chin. Again! I have no idea what you're talking about, not a single clue! Tysius myself was a law-abiding subject of the Empire. You don't dabble in such foolish things as sympathizing with rebels. What does that possibly accomplish? She wrings her hands distractedly. We do things the way we did on Autonia for a reason, darling. Without the human spectrum and the roles we each need to play, why? What could be plunged into complete chaos? Can you even imagine? Trolls were running around, not even know which way is up. Doing whatever they please, don't tell them even if the place in the world is. She goes from hand wringing to gesticulating wildly, almost knocking a row of jars off the table, positively frantic at this prospect of societal breakdown. I just notice her eyes are now cat-like, and they are so adorable. It's better for everyone this way. I truly believe that. You're beginning to realize that you may have just put your foot in your mouth. Just a little bit, such a toe or two, and that gob of yours, maybe. She sounds way too earnest for this to be a cover-up. Could it be possible that Stelsa really does side with what Tysius called her the Countess? And that she doesn't know about Tysius' underground research after all? But the book was right there. You're so confused. Talking about this is clearly distressing Stelsa, though. So you drop it. Focusing on finishing up her hair instead. It's pretty soft now that it's dry. You're not sure you styled it correctly, but she seems pleased. Great work, nice, fantastic, you did an excellent job! You glow at the praise. You'd say thanks, but she's already passing you a ball of nail polish. She really wants you to go all the way, huh? You twist it open and get to work. You're too focused on not smudging the teal color over the stately points of her cloths talk, but Stelsa breaks silence. I have a question for you. You nod, sticking your tongue out in concentration. So this acquaintance. This is the most tentative you've heard her so far. You weren't sure her vocal cords were capable of it. Then a quadrant was someone who Hava's views most would consider subversive, if not outright treasonous. She's obviously talking about herself in Tisius, but you don't want to point that out in case she gets upset again, so you just nod along thoughtfully. She didn't always. The mate spit, I mean. They'll blow up at some point. She must be going through a difficult phase. But in the meantime, she can so much trouble. Stelsa's lower lip wobbles like she's about to cry. You chew on the inside of your cheek, trying to figure out what to say. Talking to Tisius pretty much did not leave you with the impression that it was a phase. She sounded pretty serious. Did Stelsa's friend have any idea that this is going on? She looks at the drawer. So do you. Nope. You resist the urge to massage your temples. No idea at all? Absolutely not. Alright, okay, you can do this. A good first step might be for her friend to face up to the issue, you know. If there's the chance they may have the tiniest inkling about what might be happening, so the two of them can talk about it. Talk about it? Yeah, you're no expert with, but open discussion probably helps with relationship problems quite a bit. As you ruminate to yourself, the more you think about it, the less it seems like that Tisius leaving a controversial book out like that was an accident. It was right in front of Stelsa's chair, after all. Maybe Tisius wanted Stelsa to see it. She slicked the last bit of color onto Stelsa's pinky claw a while ago, but you're both too wrapped up in the conversation to suggest that you move on to something else. She lets the polish dry while the two of you continue to talk. But my friend does not agree with her mate's sentiments. Discussing it would just cause unnecessary friction, wouldn't it? Maybe, but even so, addressing the issue is probably better than pretending what's in there. Besides, quadrant mates can coexist regardless of differing beliefs, right? Yeah, but you don't sound convincing even to yourself. But the platitudes seem to comfort Stelsa somewhat. Maybe you're right. Carefully mindful of just her dried nails, she wipes away a few tears, much to your horror. Was that the wrong thing to say? But then you notice that she's smiling. I've not spoken about that to anyone before now. Telling you about it was truly a load off my blowsack cavity. I am certain a friend will be grateful as well. I shall relay your advice accordingly as soon as I can. You smile back at her weakly. You haven't been able to relate to very much when it comes to Alternian life, but boy can you relate to relationship drama, and trolls sure seem to have plenty of it. You hope everything turns out alright, for her friend. Since her voice is still all sniffly and her eyelash is still wet, you retrieve a frilly box of hand tissues and hold it out to her, hoping they'll help. She pulls out a few and blows her nose on them with a sad honking noise. I just finished getting ready. She seems reluctant to get up, though. You'd probably be the same knowing you had to head into a serious business meeting after spilling your heart like that. Experiencing emotions is tiring. Eventually, though, Stelsa musters up enough energy to get to her feet, much to your surprise. Instead of immediately rushing off to complete her next pre-meeting task, she pulls you into a tight hug. Thank you! You're a real friend! And there it is. Not colleague, not potential client, but that wonderful friendship word. Friends forever. We even have... There's even the quadrant. We are Moirails. But anyway, that was Stelsa's route of the friends of chapter volume 14. I'm sorry if I've been stammering. My brain is just exhausted from what I've been recording for the past week. I've been having to record for the zombie walk, for the dark room, for Halloween, for everything during this month of October. Just holy Pokeballs. My brain is basically, which is why I'm getting all this done so I could take a couple weeks off and relax, just get my brain back in order, you know? But anyway, in the next episode, we're going to go back and do Boulder's route, the adorable little X-Files loving troll, from what I hear, because she's like a conspiracy theorist kind of troll. So, I'm going to get on out of here. You know what to do. Hit that like button with a big old bibbity bobbity boop, but I'll see you on the next one. Mwah! Stay magical, my friends. And if you're hiding any painful or stuff like what she's going through, don't worry. Talk it out. You'll feel much better. Get it off your chest. Trust me.